Fellas, desperate times call for desperate measures. No music intro, nothing special. This is a secret covert mission. And my girlfriend might be asleep, so I can't really play the music. But here's the deal. So if you are a tank like I am, then you know what? Right now, things will very likely change. But right now, there's some difficulty with tanking. There's not a lot of gear for tanks. Damage is ridiculously high. The equips from the gacha are they're not that good, fellas. They're not that good. DPS players are popping off. And when they're on your team in raids, it's great. As long as you can survive a couple hits from the boss, they clean it up. Everything's awesome. Wow, fantastic. But when we're talking PvP, you've got to really do a lot of manual. You've got to, put a lot of effort in. Things take a little bit longer. Campaign, I really haven't had an issue. I'm not worried about getting through Tier 9 super fast because it's end tier. And we're waiting for Tier 10 to get flushed out. But when you're talking about PvP, you're talking about doing the new Wasteland War. It's a lot of PvP. And I'm winning, but I'm using a lot of effort. I'm manualing. I'm having to do the things. And I think you guys can figure out where we're going with this video. 13.5% diversion on this tanky boy. Now, if this is your only tank, I don't like Iron Form, and I think you should do Iron Fist. But deflect tanks shine if they have a lot of stamina so they can take a hit, or if you are cheesing stuff, or I guess. So if you're trying to cheese a flag, you can't get through it, you're losing, it's not working out, you can put a deflect tank in there. Hopefully you run it 10 times, you get a good deflect or two, you kill the boss, everybody's happy. High fives all around. But I wanna bring that crazy cheesy goodness over to PvP. Yeah, to PvP. One big problem is make sure I'm making the right guy. I like that he's got a heal self. Very, very nice. Boom. If I catch more blues, I could stable these guys, but we're just going to test this out and just make sure everything's nice and kosher. But yeah, so I'm trying to make the nastiest team that a DPS will ever have to deal with and face and fight and all that kind of stuff. I might be able to craft a chip. Let's take a quick look at my info sheet. I did some manually add up. I just added up my bonuses by hand when I was looking through, and the info sheet disagrees with what I got, and I included gear, chips, augments, mount, talent, equip, anything I could think of, and it wasn't the same. So I don't know. Maybe I'll do another video taking a look at this, and maybe we'll go and get naked and see what's going on. Because like I should have like 20% block, but I have 27. I don't know where that extra block's coming from. But anyways, we're just gonna take it at face value. I'm looking for my diversion. I think I passed it. 8%. Now, I'm still Bounty Hunter at the time of making this video. If I max up Bounty Hunter, I get like 10 more points in there. I'll have over 10% diversion. If I flip over and do Kung Fu Master, which I'm still looking towards doing eventually, then I'll have like 11 or 12% if I do diversion that way. That's without changing any gear or anything. So I've got a decent amount of deflect or diversion on myself. And yeah, what else I want to do? Let's look at amplifiers. I did some world boss today. Did I get anything decent in here? Nothing new. Okay, skip. And let's go to chips. So block, dodge, diversion. But this photon damage does nothing for me, so I need to replace this, and I need to replace this. And these things will happen when they happen. But let's go see. I think I can craft something that moved all my buttons. Exchange. Bum, 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 bum. Stick with me, guys. This is a serious business. And yeah, let's just do that while I'm here. Knowledge is power, fellas. Knowledge is power. Are you serious right now? Are you serious? One measly. You know what? Where's fishing? Fishing is always the answer. shop. Other. This is why fishing exists. For that one time where you're missing one measly freaking thing. Okay. Where were we? Let's do a chip. I'm tempted to save to get the middle one, but I feel like my chance of getting anything decent out of the middle one is, but I need to start to decide if I'm going to do legendaries soon. I should save for the middle one, but you know, we'll do it next time. By the powers of RNG, and that's what we want with that damage reduction or diversion. By the powers of RNG and the fact that I'm filming this now, hopefully something amazing can happen. That deflag, that diversion right there would be juicy. Or damage reduction, of course. Make sure I'm making the right one. Red computing chip, okay. Boom. Please be defense. Oh my god. I appreciate you guys for watching, and I will. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to keep going. That's. Can't always win. Let's take a look at the mount guts and see where we're at with mount guts. I need 850 mount guts to get +3, so we're still working on that. All right, what are we doing? We're doing Warzone, War Mode. Okay, let's go there. Hopefully this is exciting. I'm posting this video either way. So here we are. This is full. I want to attack Tyrannosaurus Valley so I can get back Wasteland Pearl. We had that for a while, but somebody grabbed it. Let's go here. And I am fighting. What is he? Can I click on him? I'm assuming he's a DPS because he's not in the front or in the back. Let's go to battle, and yes, I can change my team. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my DPS out of here. That's right, I'm taking my DPS out, and then I'm going to put the tanks in. So the whole idea is the DPS will, the healers will keep the tanks alive, and that'll be how it goes. Yeah, healers keep the tanks alive, and the tanks do deflecting, and hopefully it works. There is a chance that offensive pets will just tear through me like nothing, but whatever, let's figure it out. The whole goal is to do auto. So let's see. Alright, he reflected me. That's like the opposite of what we want. Let's see how it goes. I'm hoping he pops off. There we go. We got one reflect. I do have Hawkeye. We'll see if it matters. I probably got a significant amount of stats on this guy, but we'll fight multiple enemies. But the whole goal of this is autopilot. Now, I don't know if there's any legendary tanks that have deflect. It's probably not worth the effort, honestly. I think just getting epic tanks will be just fine. And that looks to be what's going on, but look at that. I think I wasn't really paying attention. That's probably the offensive pet. Look at all that insane damage. So the goal is the healers keep everybody healthy, the tanks reflect, boom. Okay, we're seeing something here. Now, I do think that the reflected damage does show on the damage meter, but let us continue our research. I do think I had a significant stat advantage on him as well, and I think that matters in this game type. Laszlo, did we just fight him? The same guy? Usually it alternates, but whatever. Let's keep going. It's for science. Come on, fellas. I do apologize for mumbling this entire video, but it is what it is. It is what it is. We don't want to wake the girlfriend. I can't reflect her. We've tried. I do plan on getting more reflect in my build. I think reflect is one of the most exciting mechanics for a tank. We don't have redirect in the game, and redirect makes deflect like 10 times more powerful and exciting as well, because you're protecting your team, and if you redirect a hit to your character as the tank, then you can deflect that as well. So I do hope that comes as soon as possible. But this is working, and this is going faster than when I had all the DPS on there as well. So but I think I can +2 the Azure, and I can +5 the Iron Foreman, as long as I just catch a couple blues. So I'll do that. And all right, we have a new enemy, Mitch. He looks like another DPS boy. I expect most players in games to be DPS. That's kind of how every game at all is. If you have an option, everybody loves playing DPS and seeing big numbers, which I totally get. But somebody has to tank, and that somebody is me. So let's see. As far as my Kung Fu grind, everybody's pretty much aware at this point that you can no longer convert PvP coins into Ace currency and buy books that way. It's very unfortunate. However, converting PvP coins into red books for class experience, I don't think it was super far off. I haven't really seen the math there. A lot of times for me, bronze coins were the limiting, factor for converting, and the red books use less bronze coins if you want to compare it out. So it's not the end of the world. I definitely bought a ton of Ace books to maximize that. If I switch over to Kung Fu right now, this moment, with the number of books that I have, I'd probably like level 45. I don't want to switch over until I'm level 71, because if I switch over at like level 50, I'll get 10 more damage reduction, which isn't the most noticeable thing. It's definitely nice, but it's like, it's a lot, and I lose my ultimate ability. But if I switch over at like 70 or 71, then I'll have 15% more damage reduction, so that's pretty significant. So we'll see how it goes. But I don't want to make too many changes and kind of flip-flop back and forth, because I know a lot of people are using my character as their tank. But with that said, I need to pick up the tankiness, and that is not easy to do. If I drop agility for stamina, then I don't get enough turns in, so I can't use my ultimate ability, and so on and so forth. So we're messing with it. We're checking it out. I was really hopeful that I was going to get a good chip today, and I think tonight or tomorrow, the events reset at the time of filming this. Okay, I'm really forcing myself not to manual, and I just want to let the reflex do the work. We've only lost one healer. Let's just keep it going for science, boys. For science, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Maybe he's got like a healing pet or something. Alright, he's just using that healing gun and healing a ton. Come on, give me something. Oh, not looking good, fellas. I mean, I could stable, I could get more deflect on myself. I don't think having more than 3 deflect tanks would make any sense. I don't even know if there's another deflect tank that's available right now as well. But we're going to stay steady. We've got iron hands, fellas. Iron hands. We are not going to touch that auto button. The fact that we're still alive and not dead yet is pretty cool. But if I didn't mention already, offensive pets completely ignore all defense. Oh, frick. We were so close. We were so close to getting that. Offensive pets completely ignore all defense. So your only defense against offensive pets is having a ton of stamina, and then hoping that the pet hits you and not everybody else on your team. Let's keep going. Let's keep trying. I do think that the build that I have right now is definitely going to troll people on defense. I don't really have a way of seeing that, but I do get messages from people that have fought me. They're just like, dude, your deflect is stupid. But I only have 8%. I could put one of these fusions in front of me. I could do that. Good God. See, that's that offensive pet. It just ignores all your defense. And like, I'm almost to the point where I cannot get more stamina. Like, almost everything I have is just stamina. And I should swap the tank in the front, but like I said, this is all about autopilot. We are trying to get autopilot wins, easy, no stress tank build, tank setup. Now, if you are an offensive player, if you're a DPS character, you can grab these tanks as well. I mean, you probably should put one in the front, one in the back. You got yourself as a DPS, and you got whatever other teammates that you want to run. So this is not just limited to tanks. It will hurt a DPS player more, because especially if they're manualing, they're going to use a bunch of big skills, and the chance of them blowing themselves up is high. If I run into someone who's using deflect as well, it's just not going to hurt me super. It's not going to hurt me a massive amount, because I'm not throwing out massive hits. So not a big deal. And then especially with this team, this is not a very offensive team, but it's kind of fun. I did the theoretical math, and if you put every single thing and you had to optimize gear, excluding mythics and set pieces, if you put everything into deflect, you could get it up to 40%. And that is with the equips that are currently in the game, and I do expect them to continue adding more equips and accessories and things like that as the game continues on, but that is not including any mythics. So 40% is pretty crazy. You could go 40% deflect and just pump your stamina and just hope for the best, and you'd have a pretty ridiculous fun time. But as far as a more realistic build, you can get a healthy amount of damage reduction, and then a little bit, like 10% or 15% deflect if you have optimized gear, like talking endgame, or you could cap block and get more deflect. But either way, that Kung Fu build, if I go Kung Fu and I get some luck with chips and amplifier and stuff like that, I should be able to make something quite nice. As soon as I hit 50%, it's like right when you hit 50% damage reduction, you're better than block, unless there's some sort of interaction with damage reduction and damage bonus, or like photon damage types. Unless there's something like that going on where they negate each other, damage reduction right when you hit 51%, you beat block, and there's no real looking back. Although block's awesome, it's really I really enjoy seeing. This is gonna be a fight forever, man. With 2 tanks, but I do enjoy seeing the battle text with block flying all over the place. It's pretty fun. All right, this is gonna take forever. All right, let's see if I can snipe with this team. So 2 tanks. I guess this is like the downside. I do think over a long enough timeline that we would take it here. But that timeline's going to be long. Who are we fighting anyways? Let's do, what do you do? A random enemy. Oh god, you do no damage. I was thinking about using the mount skill, but he's kind of a tanky boy. Let's do that. Nice, little reflect in there. I think that's tech target. And that is too. Okay. But he's still got 2 healers. So one thing I'm going to miss is getting all this SP, because it allows me to get my mount skill off pretty easily. So like right there, bang. Pretty big damage. So the one thing that would make this not the greatest is you fight like a really tanky healer heavy team, kind of like a mirror matchup. It's just going to take forever, because no one's doing enough damage. But whatever. It does seem to do the trick. Chop him up. There you go. So I don't know. It's not perfect. It doesn't need to be, but it does get the job done in most scenarios. But this is like, also, this might not be your main team. This could be something that you use just when you have DPS. You're fighting a DPS player. So you could run your regular setup. I run myself 2 healers, 2 DPS most of the time. Sometimes I'll put a tank in the back, but I don't think you get to pick your enemy. I think if you retreat, or if you swap out your enemy in Wasteland War, that you either lose something or you lose your energy or whatever. Who knows? Correct me if I'm wrong. So yeah, I think that might be my new solution to fighting against DPS. On the bright side, I was winning every once in a while. I'd say like maybe 1 in 10. The DPS would just get a massive pet proc, and just blow up 1 or 2 people. And like I said, it just ignores, pet proc ignores any defense at all. Even if a DPS player attacks me and I deflect the attack or dodge the attack or absorb the attack, the pet will still go off and the pet will hit first. And a lot of times the pet hits hard enough to kill. So that's pretty rough. I'm not a big fan of the pets ignoring defense, just because like I said, I've got like 1200 stamina and I can get one shot by a pet. So that's pretty crazy. But we shall see. I would say either tone it down a little bit, or the better thing would be to make damage reduction have some sort of interaction with pet damage. But there you go. So I think we captured the house. I think I moved there now or something. Yeah, that's my house. I don't know the significance of moving there. I guess I have to move there to hit the yeah, okay, yeah. I can't start defending it until I move there. So hopefully we'll get quicker fights. This is a DPS. If I fight another tank, I'll just go back to my other team and knock it out. I've got 2 more actions. And let me see how we're doing on time. Ooh, this is going to be a long video. This is one of those videos you guys want to watch in, I'm going to keep it auto. You want to watch in 2x YouTube speed. That's what you want to do. So, watching the beauty. This guy's got an offensive pet. If you're not doing this strat, or even if you are, you might want to actually click on your enemies if you're doing regular PvP, and just, let's say you have like 5 different DPS characters that you could choose to fight. Choose the one that doesn't have the offensive pet. That's the best thing for right now, and then we'll just kind of see how it goes. The flip side is if they ever add a attack pet for when you get hit, that could significantly change things. That would make your tank a lot more viable. You know, let's say attack strongest enemy when you get hit, or attack weakest enemy when you get hit, or attack enemy team when you get hit, or anything like that would be pretty great, and definitely help tanks out in PvP. But there you go. There you go. One thing I'm kind of down about, and a lot of games do this, is that it is very expensive as far as resources and gems and all that to switch your classes and to switch your talents. I always hate that, because it kind of like locks off a significant portion of the game. Because if it's too expensive to flip-flop back and forth all the time, then you really can't enjoy, like, you know, if you're a tank, you're never going to get to mess around with DPS. You know, maybe, for example, for PvP, I wanted to go switch to DPS or something like that. All right, boys, this is the last fight. And we have I don't know this guy, but I'm assuming he is a DPS. But it'd be cool to just have some fun, play around. The flip side of that is, I guess it gives a little bit of an RPG feel if you're kind of locked into your character mode. And the other thing is, as a tank, you really shouldn't flip around too much, because people are going to join a raid and they're not going to notice that you switched to DPS, and then you're going to get melted, and then they're going to get destroyed in that way. So I get it, whatever. Not the biggest issue. But it is fun. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are cringing the fact that my bounty hunter is level 84 and I'm about to switch to Kung Fu, because, you know, that's 84 levels. But if I ever went back to bounty hunter, it's still going to be there for me. If I want to go DPS, it's still going to be there for me. And so you guys know me, I'm not going to sweat it. But I do want to see some big old reflexes. As far as Hawkeye, I've had a couple days to play with Hawkeye and get an opinion on it. It's one of those things where it's nice, but it's not life-changing. I've had some really great Hawkeye procs. I've had some instances where I've gotten no Hawkeye proc. The boss of Raid 6 on Legendary difficulty can one-shot me. But most often when I die, I'm getting 2-shot. And like I said, so if you're full health at 100%, you get dropped down to 50%, and then you get dropped down to 0%. Hawkeye does nothing. So, does nothing, nada, etc., etc. So there you go. But a chill video, a secret mission, you know, we had to film it. Will I stable the other, will I stable those tanks? I don't really think there's a need. If I get bored and I want to go do it, sure, whatever, no problem. But, yeah, just kind of taking a look around here. But there you go. Other things, I grabbed a couple of these just to kind of show you guys in a video, but honestly, I would really not invest in this. I would just do your regen, have some fun, don't stress about it, no big deal. But the return on investment is not great. I am What am I? I'm like, I think I'm a lieutenant, or I'm really close to hitting lieutenant, which means I would get 68% of the rewards that my team pulls in. And let's go over here. If you want to check where you're at because you forgot, you can click on ranking and these points correlate. So as soon as I hit 6,000, I'll be lieutenant, but I don't really see too much point in pushing in here. Let's look at it one more time. I think I was right, 6,000. 6,000 would get me lieutenant, yeah, so meh, you know, do your regen, it's a 2-week thing. The rewards that I got, I think red one last time, I don't really know how to check that. I guess battle report, maybe. Oof, we're hurting right now, but actually, let's leave that open. I think red one last time, but I got like 27 gems and like 27,000 gold, which for a free-to-play, hey, you're getting some stuff that's great, but it would take forever to get a decent reward out of that. If we take, if I'm thinking about that, with over 2 weeks, you know, it's like, getting a couple hundred gems, it would be kind of silly for me to put in the same amount of gems that I'm going to get back in reward. And yeah, I'm getting some gold, but I'm not really stressing gold. So just say, play it, have fun with it. We're not getting any diamonds right now because the other teams grabbed the diamond spot. Like this one, that's a big one. I had that for a while. But yeah, so wouldn't stress about it. Hey, you're getting some stuff. It's a fun mode. What this mode really does for me is it makes me excited and interested in the game. That is